My name is Lua Masumi. I'm the Community School Coordinator at Thomas Alva Edison Middle School. We're located in the Florence-Firestone neighborhood of South Los Angeles. The community faces many challenges, including socioeconomic difficulties as well as crime and gang activity. Within the school, we face a number of challenges as well that many other public schools face. However, this past year I'm really excited about the teacher collaboration and student learning that has gone on because of our dedicated staff. And as a collaborative team within the school, we've been able to address a lot of the issues as they come up. And in this past year, we have taken a unit developed a while ago and expanded it. It's our Civil War unit, and I'm so excited for how far it's come and for where it's taking us in this coming year. 2 years ago, a team of teachers from Edison Middle School went on a retreat led by Terry Ann Sullivan. This team of teachers developed an interdisciplinary unit that aligned all of their different subject areas around the Civil War with a ending project-based experience for students where they would put on a production of the Red Badge of Courage and a Civil War reenactment. Many components were involved in teaching the unit and putting together the reenactment itself. Teachers worked with students and their parents to create authentic gowns and other costuming pieces. Students learned about the kind of medicine used, soldiers on the field to the people left back at home. They learned all of those different things, and they were able to, in a pretty intelligent way, talk about the differences in life then and now. And many of them did not want to go back in time and eat hardtack or pull a plow, and so they really started to see those differences in a really concrete way. But also they were able to talk about it in more academic ways. Again, they produced charts, they produced diagrams, they used computer programs looking at cannon trajectories. They understood, again through graphs, the kinds of soldiers and resources that the North Army had versus the South. So they were really looking at the data, but they were also looking at the life, which is what engaged them, but also helped them think about things in more complex ways. They understood the politics of the time. They were able to speak about why they felt one side was right versus wrong, and the teachers tried to encourage them to create their own opinion. They all decided they were Northerners, but that was all their own decision. And at the end of it, they were able to put on, instead of one production, they did 2 productions of the Red Badge of Courage and the Civil War reenactment 2 different times, so that all of our students in this program had meaningful roles. Whether it was a star part in the play or the doctor amputating other soldiers. They wrote letters to their loved ones. They had a general store where they sold hardtack and sarsaparilla, and they learned the dances in their PE class that were popular at the time. In their music class, they learned the songs, and then additionally they learned about cannons, which is what they connected to their science and math classes. They learned about trajectory, which connected to what they needed to be studying in their standards. So it was both standards-based, but also allowed the students to employ deeper and more rigorous kinds of learning. After that, that team of teachers for the following year was going to loop, so they were going to get a new set of students. They would get a set of 7th graders that they would then have again as 8th graders. So a new team of teachers needed to be able to implement this 8th grade standard unit. And over that summer, this unit was written into a plan, and the school has been designated a School of Advanced Studies, which meant that we had to fulfill all of the pieces of that plan, and the Civil War unit was a big part of why we designated an SAS program.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found, was blind, but now I see.
There was some resistance from this new team of teachers. It's incredibly time consuming. It's very front-loaded work. There's a lot of prep that needs to go into it. There's a lot of details that need to go into it. And because it's so rigorous and it challenges students in so many ways, it challenges teachers to be able to teach differently and to think differently. However, through other staff support, through leadership support, the teachers began to really see the results of their work with their students, the kinds of learning and the excitement that created for students as they, donned their hats and coats and big puffy dresses, songs, and they performed them with the play and after during the reenactment. For other dancers. So really, as an interdisciplinary project, they touched on life, times, the science, the literature of the day, and brought it to life. And this was all put together before the last week of school. So right up until the end, our 8th graders were engaged in deep and meaningful learning. And our leadership, our superintendent, our community members were so impressed by what they saw, what the students were able to convey, that going forward, Edison will be providing professional development for all of our teacher leader teams to be able to craft this kind of interdisciplinary and rigorous learning opportunities for all of our students.